never get married and leave me. But she didn't reckon on meeting my new son-in-law. In Craig, she's found the perfect partner. And can I say, on behalf of Margaret and myself, we're really delighted that he's now become part of our family. Thank you. There's a lot of things I'd like to say about Craig. That I admire him. No, I really admire Craig. He's level-headed, he's conscientious, he's generous, he's very determined to succeed. He likes my jokes. And already he's doing all the cooking at home. Okay? And it's clear today that he appreciates the finer things in life. Craig, if Fiona is really half as good a wife as she is a daughter, and you will leave Fiona something really rare. A good wife and your best friend rolled into one. Fiona was really quite worried about what I was going to say during my speech, and then it's not long. How many minutes is that now? 8, sorry. I did it down the pier today and I was actually on a bit short at the time. I was desperate for the toilet. Again. So, actually she was really terrified when I said I was going to finish with a few verses of Bobby V's Take Good Care of My Baby. I haven't got a karaoke machine. Okay? In any case, Margaret and me have got no doubts whatsoever that Craig is definitely going to take good care of our baby, as good as he always has, in fact. Thank you again. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have a beautiful bride and a very charming and handsome groom. Please join me in a toast at last to Craig and Fiona. Thank you. Craig and Fiona. I can drink all night now.
I guess I need bacon, big. Well, Campbell has spent most of the last year telling me how bad a speechmaker he was and how worried he was about this. And when he stood up and started ad-libbing jokes at the start, I thought, oh goodness, I'm in trouble. Because I am a bad speechmaker. So I've got one prepared here just in case though. Thank you, Campbell. Thank you for those kind and wise words. Now, it might come as a surprise for those people that know me that I was actually very intimidated the first couple of times I met Campbell. I was falling very much in love with his daughter, and despite the fact that the two of them can sometimes rub each other up the wrong way, I could sense that Fiona was very much a father's girl, so I had to impress him. I got my chance the first Christmas I got to spend with Fiona, and not the Christmas we just discussed, one other to that. Spent Christmas Day with Fiona and her family, and after dinner, a game of Trivial Pursuit was proposed. Now I thought fantastic, because as my mum will tell you, since I was a small boy, I have picked up some of the most pointless facts known to man, and indeed anyone else indeed. And so I thought, brilliant, I'm good at this game. That'll impress me. So what I hadn't counted on was just how seriously the Millers take it. This is not a game, this is an institution in their house. So what seemed to be going down badly was the fact that when I read a question, because I like the sound of my own voice, frankly, I tend to drag it out a little bit, and I tend to add in, a couple of hints, a little instruction, a little grant. This is easy, you'll get this, no problem. So I could sense that this was not going down well, but I persevered anyway. And after one particularly long and drawn-out question, Campbell took matters very much into his own hands, and he jumped from his chair and began to wrestle the cards from my hand. So as we thrashed about on the floor, surrounded by Fiona's mum horrified, Fiona's brother horrified, Fiona almost in tears, I thought, fantastic, we've bonded. Greco aside, I really couldn't wish for a better father-in-law than Campbell. He has encouraged Fiona and myself in everything that we do, and I hope that in me, and he mentioned this earlier, this is true, I hope that in me he has found a son-in-law who, if nothing else, promises always to laugh at his jokes, no matter how bad they are or how many times he tells them. In Margaret, I am lucky to be gaining a mother-in-law and a mother, who has welcomed me into her family and who has been a tremendous support to both myself and Fiona throughout our relationship. And when it comes to my parents, here and here, I seriously could talk for hours about my love and respect for them. It always struck me as odd when I was a child that other kids didn't talk about conversations they had with their parents. And it took me years and years to work out why this was. My parents talked to me as a grown-up from a very young age. To them, it was not a case of children being seen and not heard. It was children being seen, heard, sat at the table and joining in the discussion. Of course, I am sure there were times when they wished that I would talk a little less and listen a little more. And this is maybe not something that was in the past tense. Nevertheless, it gave me a lot of confidence in myself. Some people call it arrogance. I had confidence in myself. For that and a million other things, I am permanently indebted to them. I really am. And I just want to say how much I love them both. This wedding has, as has been noted, taken a wee while to organise. And our parents, both sets, have hold on one second. Fiona, whilst I entertain our guests, could you grab the present? Actually, I've got a better idea. Stuart, do something useful for a change. Over there. Yes. This was deliberate. Don't worry. This was planned. Other box. So well, unfortunately, I'm at the present bit now. I can't. I've been through it. Right. Okay. Brilliant. That was absolutely flawless. Right. Where was I? Yes. This wedding has taken months to organise, and our parents, both sets. Have you heard this bit? They've played a massive role because this was not a wedding that was organised easily or quickly. I have advice to anyone who is not yet married. Which is do it in a hotel in the city in which you live, because this took a long time. Anyway, both sets of parents were absolutely and continue to be amazing. And for that, are we ready? Good. I can stop complimenting them. They're very, very big heads. Fiona has a couple of little gifts for them, which she can grab now. Excellent. Now, I am sure that you are all eagerly anticipating Stuart's assassination of my good character in a few moments. However, first there are a few people I need to talk about just for a minute or two or 8. I'm going to drag this one out, yeah. It's my wedding. One in particular does, on reflection, seem to warrant special mention. I refer to my wife. I had hoped to memorise this bit, but I'll have to read it out. She is quite simply the woman of my dreams.